Our viewers, welcome back. Remember our topic today, we are talking about teen pregnancy, something that we've been hearing of late. And please do send your SMS, do send your questions or anything that you want to send on WhatsApp, or you can call later, or you can do an SMS on 0705 157 051. Now, before we went for a break, we said that Dr. Alphonse, being a doctor, he will help us to understand why is it that nowadays even a child of 10 years can get pregnant, and are there risks that are involved in it?
Yes, a child of 10 years can get pregnant because physical maturity starts very early today, but the risk is very obvious because the body of a 10 years old girl is not mature for birth. Huh? So this, and also in the psychological way, this is a child, still is child, even it is in a physiological way a wife. Huh? So it's a big risk for this.
Now, as a doctor, is there a right age of a girl to get pregnant?
A right age?
Yes.
It depends from the culture, and in Western cultures some women, they work for their career, and they get pregnant with 30 years old or more. Huh? It's not ideal, perhaps. No, I do not give an advice about the age, but you should be in a psychological state of being able to be a mother. Huh? To be a mother, to take the responsibility of a child, and to be able to get up at night and not to get angry.
So my youth mnasikia story ni kwamba ukitaka kupata ball, kwanza kuwa stable, be strong enough that you can at least unaweza beba hiyo ball yenye unanini. So
but even again, before even we talk about other things, I think it's also good to understand that, you know, when you become pregnant, of course you are starting to raise up a family. Are you ready in every sense? Like, do you have the financial capacity to bring up a family? Are you psychologically prepared to take care of someone else? When you're at 10 and the child is 1, like, really doesn't work. A child, you know, bringing up a child. So I think all that kind of preparation needs to be to happen. So I think one needs to be pregnant. Whether a girl or a boy needs to think of impregnating or becoming pregnant when they are ready in every sense.
So with that, in fact, you are bringing me to my next question, which was, what are the effects of teen's pregnancy? But before going to the effect of teen pregnancy, Mr. Githenji was supposed to explain to us why is it working religiously in Dubai and it's not working in Kenya.
Asante sana, Bwana William. I would like to say one thing. You know, as I told you before, like, you know, the issue of religion has a big part to play really in the upbringing of a child. And I will say, you know, the aspect of the religion over there is that, you know, this child is trained and disciplined. You know, there's a fear which is instilled in this child. Not a negative fear, I would say, but a good fear, you know, the fear that if you do such and such a thing, these are the repercussions. So I will say the way religion is working over there is the discipline. I'll say, you know, a big percentage is the discipline actually, right from the time this child is of small age.
Now, what are the effects or the side effects of teen pregnancy? John, you've been so quiet today, so maybe start with you.
Probably because you've allowed me to be quiet. So that you're quiet. I think we've seen this. When we talk about this problem, it's in the society. So we know what it has done to the young girls. Mostly it's the young girls who are affected. The men are not majorly affected about it. After they do what they want to do, they run back, they leave the ladies to handle the burden alone. So what I think the most, once you get pregnant as a teen, first of all, if you're going to school, probably you have to stop school for some time, such that you give it time until you raise your child to some age, then you continue. So what's coming immediately after that is dropout in school or delayed schooling. So that is what I can relate to teenage pregnancy.
Drop out of school or delayed schooling.
Yes.
Mr. Gideon, just
Yes.
that we go in line now. Do you have other effect or side effect or negative effect of teen pregnancy that you think of?
Yes, I will say the one which is coming up top of the list is stigma.
Stigma.
Yeah, such the after effects of teen pregnancy is stigma. Obviously, when this lady is walking, in the streets, the women, they will say, msichana alimes mahali. Or in the church, rather, church should be a place of solace. But you get in the same church, there is a lot of discrimination against such ladies. So I will say the stigma associated with, the teen pregnancy, the rejection, that is one major effect.
So to all the boy child, those who are impregnating teens, you can hear this side effect: delayed, or you make that girl leave her education. Secondly, stigma. It is real. It's real. Now, doctor, are there other effects?
Yes, I think it can begin in the family. Huh? If I know cases that the girl is pregnant and she does not dare to talk to her parents. Huh? The parents will not accept her. Also, she is pregnant now, so it leads to run away and in some cases to suicide also.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of depression and all that, and then the end result is the girl will maybe decide to hang herself and all that. So, Bwana Henry,
Yeah, you see, like just getting from what he is talking about, you see, a girl who has nothing, no job, no education, but because of teenage pregnancy, probably they drop out of school, like John said. When that happens, there are chances of this girl, struggling to bring up the child. And what happens is, the child is brought up under very, very terrible circumstances. Poverty becomes quite, even if the child was already coming from a poor background, then doesn't get a job, doesn't get education, then of course even the child is likely also to be raised up in the same kind of poverty.
Dr. Alphonse, if in that scenario,
I had this experience myself. Yes.
So in fact, we have got experience.
My youngest daughter, she came to me when it was my 50th birthday. In the evening, she came to me. I have to tell you something. I'm pregnant. And she was 17 at that time, beginning of 17. So she started vocational training, and then my wife and me, we reacted in the same way. We were shocked, but then we said, okay, we help you. You must continue your vocational training, and we will take care on the child. Don't worry.
Wow. You can see good fathers here.
We're only good fathers.
You can see good fathers. Let's see if there are good fathers here or awani kujaribu. Now, Mr. Gideon, tell us, if your daughter comes to you now and tells you that Daddy, I'm pregnant, how will you react?
Okay, one thing I would like to say ni ya kwamba kufanya kosa si kosa, kurudia kosa ndio kosa. So one thing, we all mess up at one point in our lives. So what I will do, number one, I will cancel her. I'll cancel her, because at that time, if I reject her, she will look for love in other places, and she will ruin her life, And I've seen many cases. I've seen many successful people, they get, like, for example, Oprah Winfrey. She got pregnant well in her teenage years. But look at her now. She's one of the female billionaires in America. So I will cancel her and, and really encourage her.
But remember, that doesn't encourage you to be pregnant so that you become a female billionaire. Please take care.
So I would like to really encourage the young ladies over there. Please, those who have fallen in such a trap, as he has said, it's not a license to sin. But in case those who are there and they have really gotten into such a situation, please don't give up. Just continue. Just continue on with life.
So he's a dad, and he will give even an example of those who got pregnant while they were teens. So I wouldn't like you to be my dad. Mr. John, maybe as we wind up,
Yeah,
tell us.
truth be told, I'll be disappointed.
Thank
first
you.
of all.
Thank you.
Truth be told, I'll be
He's an
disappointed.
African father.
Yeah, so I won't say like I'll be happy. Oh, if you're pregnant, my daughter, what. And I'll be.
I was also.
Unless
I
you,
was not also.
you see, so truth be told, I won't be happy. But still, it has happened. Maji yakimwagika, whatever they finish with that. So what you do first of all, I'll tell her I'm not happy about it, and then I'll try to, at least if I cannot give the best counsel, because at the moment I'll be disappointed, because I need someone, if a counselor, to work with her first of all through that journey, an expert in that area also, to work with her as I think on what to do next. But then, that said and done also, I wanted to say something before we came to that topic about the costs or the burdens that come with teenage pregnancy. You know, once a young man and a lady engage or come together, and maybe out of what they do, the pregnancy comes in, then they'll be forced to be early marriages. So this is not something they're prepared for. So they have become victims of circumstance.
Okay.
And what happens when early marriage comes in? There'll be troubles in the marriage all along. So this is something that you might be joining. Marriage should be a life of happiness. But if you come in unexpected, then
I
you're going to
like
get into
your
challenges.
point, John Trey, of early marriages, but we are taking a break. Make sure that you send your message to 0705 157 051. Remember, you are watching Taifa la Leo Show, and you have the greatest guests today, Dr. Alphonse, Professor Kamundi. And then we have, yes, he's a lecturer. So I always believe that all the lecturers are professor. We
In the
have
making.
yeah, in the making. We have engineer Wandege, Mr. Douglas Gidenji, and then we have accountant Mr. John. So we are going for a short break, so we'll be right back. So keep it Taifa la Leo Show.